Hey there, hey, and welcome to this Friday pod of Born to Be a Star. Did you know that if you look in the mirror right now, and you look at your reflection, where you've been and where you're going, you're going to see something truly amazing. Trust me. Something that you might not have thought would have gotten to where you are right now. Believe in yourself. Find hope. Say to yourself, yes, I can. Yes, I can apply for that new job. Yes, I can decide I want to move to another state. Yes, I can decide I'm going to finally take that language so I can travel. Yes, I can figure out a new wardrobe because half the clothes I have already, they don't look the way I want them to. Yes, I can find a new TV show. And yes, I can find some new friends. Yes, you can. Never give up, because if I give up, how am I going to get to the yes, I can't? I'm only going to see things halfway through. Who wants to see things halfway through? That's not fun. And finally, why not today? Being indecisive and procrastinating isn't going to get you anywhere. It's just going to get you some misery and some unhappiness. And who wants to experience that? I know I don't. Remember that you are a star wherever you are, and that your light brightens up everything, and there can't be darkness without all of your light. Because with your light and the darkness can't fight it. That's the moral of the story every day. Yes, I can, never give up, and why not today? Those are our mantras Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Every day, every second, minute, hour, every week, every 20 days, whatever it could be, trimester. Know your worth, know your value, know your star. Let's get to some of these headlines with no media allowed, no media allowed, no media allowed, because they lied to us anyway. So Biden tripped. That was hilarious. Haha. We had the conference with Trump on Hannity. That was pretty entertaining. And looks like Hunter Biden is going to be trying to use the Second Amendment to get out of the fact that he lied on documentation. Why isn't his ass already in jail? I have all these questions. And just the United States just gets crazier. More people died in Chicago, no surprise. And just California is the state where it's just going to be like a ghost town, and nobody's going to go there anymore because no one can afford to live there. Yeah, there's that. The housing market sucks, and it's a Friday. So welcome to No Media Allowed. There's a lot of shit going on, and none of it's going right. Joe Biden is an embarrassment to the country of the United States of America and everybody that lives here. That's our representation. Him. He is fighting for abortions where people can show up to pro-life clinics and beat the shit out of people and not be held responsible. This is the president that wants to fight for legislation for guns, and he doesn't understand how legislations work. Because that's not going to help you. With the bad guys don't go to gun stores, and they don't use credit cards or debit cards to buy illegal weapons. That's not how any of this shit works. Oh my God, I'm so tired of hearing these just dumbfounded morons that are so disconnected from reality. They don't know left from right, right to left, or ass from their head, or anything else. They're just basically making shit up because it's convenient. That's what's happening here. Moving on from that, let's get to it. Will designers and brands void the kiss ass companies? I'm hoping so, because if they don't get off brand with Target and Bud Light, or what, Budweiser, or whatever you want to call it, they're going to be doomed just like the companies that they're in, right? Who thought it was a good idea to have a Satanist design clothes for children in Target? Why do you have to have babies wearing things that promote LGBTQ plus negative signs? None of that shit is appropriate for children, man. That's the moral of the story. I told you what the limitation should be. It should be kids, right? You can't put the shit around kids. And the more you do that, the more it's clear you don't understand. The pedophilia shit is really creepy. And nobody wants to call it out for what it is, but I'll be one of them. Me, Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, a lot of other right-sided individuals will call this shit the fuck out and not care about the ramifications, because children need to be saved and protected, right? Why would a mentally ill parent tell their child they're an opposite sex? So you can get views and ratings? Because you want to be Instagram famous? Are you fucking kidding me? You're putting your child's life in jeopardy so you can have some little hint of fame. If your child was born with a vagina, it's a girl. If your child was born with a penis, it's a boy. There you go. That's it. Pink and blue. Like, I'm not saying you can't get older and say your sexuality has changed, and I'm not saying you won't like the same sex, but I am saying, can we leave children out of it? For the love of fucking God. I think that these companies, these corporations, are not learning any lessons. And I think we're really going to have to seriously boycott them for them to understand it. Budweiser is only the beginning, and the prices for Target are going to continue to drop and plunge. The numbers at Fox News, that 8 o'clock slot, it's not doing that great. And don't get me wrong, I like Joey. He's been on all week. Joey Jones, he's pretty cool. He's dope. And I like the person that they had on last week, too. Even Kaylee's okay, but they're still not Tucker Carlson. So stop trying to, like, replicate something that's not going to be replicated. Like, that's the problem here. You guys don't get it. Fox doesn't know what their audience is. They're lost. Why the media sold us out? Fox News sold us out because the Murdochs care more about equity and inclusion, right? And they're supposed to be a right-wing service, right? A right-wing journalist camp of people with opinions that more so coincide with what we feel. But that's not that. And why the fuck did Twitter decide they weren't going to air What is a Woman from Matt Walsh? Like, they waited a while to say they weren't going to do it. Like, who's running Twitter? Did Elon make a good decision by picking that chick to be like the CEO or whatever of it? Because I don't think so. At the time when he did it, I told you I had feelings about it, and now I'm having iffy feelings about this now. Do I have to boycott Twitter too? Because I'm fine going on Truth, and I'm fine going on Rumble. Like, I don't know if I need to go on Twitter. If Twitter's not doing what they're supposed to be doing, they'll be on the boycott list as well. The media sold out the people of the United States of America because they never had any allegiance to the people. At some point in history, they got called the fuck out and they were required to do their job. But now we've gotten further away from reality, and they're owned by the Democratic Party, and they basically hide what they do, and they don't do their jobs. They're just paid mouthpieces for the left. There's no other way for me to tell you it. If you don't agree with Democrats and you have opinions about pro-life or Republican values or God or your body parts, it's likely they're going to try to put a muzzle on your face so no one can hear you talking. Welcome to hell, you're living in it. The media doesn't care about us. They never did. They want to project their bullshit and their propaganda across everything, across every platform, so there's nothing else you can see and there's nothing else you can hear. Which is why you have to do your own research, find your own news, and have your voice be heard. Because if you don't do that, then they'll try to silence you out. The cost of living just continues to rise, and nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody's moving to California. Nobody's moving to New York. Nobody's moving to Chicago. In fact, people are moving all out of all these big-ass cities. They're leaving Oregon, all these beautiful places that used to be really cool. No one's moving there, right? These down south states, maybe people are moving there, but no one's going out of their way to move to these places. Because the cost of living is insane. Standing up for Jesus means you have Christian views and you're not going to take part in anything that has anything to do with children or sexuality. I'm just going to say it. That LGBTQ plus negative sign, rainbow bullshit is not on board with Christianity. I'm sorry to tell you that. I'm not saying you can't be gay. I'm not saying you can't have a different opinion. I'm not even saying you can't be trans. But once you start trying to use pedophilia with children, there's a problem. And that's not normal. People have serious mental issues talking about their body parts like they're not body parts. That's the problem here. Nobody's in reality. It's just convenient for people to lie because they're not serious. Jesus is the only way. What happened to regular behavior? They got rid of regular behavior. Now, if you're a normal heterosexual man or woman and you call out trans and you say that these people need mental help and they need medication, they're going to call you anti-trans. Now, if you fight against corporations, they're going to call you anti-corporation. If you have anything negative to say about anything you're doing, they're going to call you anti-blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what, motherfuckers? I don't care what you call me. You can call me one thing, it's American. And you can call me another thing, a Christian. So there you go. I'm a proud Christian American. That's exactly what I am. I don't need to follow you and you don't need to follow me, and I'm not looking for any sort of gratification, and I'm not looking to fit into your cult, man. I don't want my mind to be completely debauched, and I don't want you to take my eyes out the back of my head and tell me something's there that isn't. I'm over the bullshit. Listening to Young Turks for I don't even remember how long it was enough for me, right? It was. Like, I'm so glad I can hear and see and smell and taste and do all the important things that matter to my body. But I don't want to be a part of the machine. There's no normalcy. There's no regular. There's nothing. These fuckers get an entire month for gay pride or whatever the fuck you want to call it. They're supposed to be a month for women called Women's Month, but the trans people took that over too. So they get 3 months now. Black History Month really isn't about Black History Month because they've combined LGBTQ plus with that. Things are off here. But normal's gone. Moving into tea talk, we're having some herbal tea today. The devil is a liar because he's going to tell you things that you know aren't true. He's going to try to convince you that you're not good at stuff. He is going to take your anxiety and fuck with you and tell you all the things that you don't want to hear and make you feel like you're just not that person that you were trying to be. That's the devil. Like, he's a manipulator. He wants to take you away from your happiness. He wants you to take you away. He wants to take you away from your solitude. He wants to take you away from you. He wants to strip your light from your skin and make you as dark as he is. I rebuke him in the name of Jesus Christ. And the devil can keep tempting me, telling me everything I'm not good at. But I'm okay knowing I'm not good at everything because I can learn, I can grow, I can prosper, and I can get better. Do my best and forget the rest. I say that stuff to myself all the time. I don't take it personally when people say disrespectful things to me. They don't treat me the way I'm supposed to be treated because I know my worth, I know my value, and I'm not stuck in anything. At any point, I can get up and walk away and just say, fuck you and never see you again. And you, listening, can do the same thing that I just said. You do not have to stay in a situation that you don't like, that you're not comfortable with. The devil is a liar. You're not stuck anywhere. You don't have to do things you don't like or you're not comfortable with. And if you feel like you do, it's probably time to go. Moving into the main part of the conversation, authenticity is rare. It seriously is rare. It's like so difficult to find people that are willing to be who they really are and not care about likes or hearts or views or who's looking at them. It's difficult to find people that don't care if they say one thing versus another or say a cuss word or call out bad things or are fighting for the idea or the ideal of children. It's so rare to find somebody that isn't trying to be like a sheep, right? They know they're a leader and they're not pretending like they're not. These are rare things right now. And I'd like to tell you that they're not, but they are. It's so lonely here, right? How do you trust people? How do you become friends with people anymore? How do you live among other people whose values are so disconnected from your own? Like, there's no way to mend that. There's problems here. But the devil is a liar, and he's trying to disconnect you for your love, for your hope, from your belief, from your strength in Jesus Christ or whatever your religion might be, whatever you believe in. He's trying to strip that from you. He was cast out of heaven for a reason. His wings were chopped off for a reason. This is the first layer of hell. Do you not think he wants to bring you deep further into the mist of the darkness with him? He will try to take everything away from you and make you feel like you are nothing. And you have to fight against that and know that you are everything. Know that you have light. Know that you're a star. And know that the world is your oyster. This is your playground. Life is the party and you're the host. He can't win if you're 10 steps ahead of him. The devil is always trying to manipulate you all day, every day. That little voice in the back of your head telling you, no, you can't, that's him ecking at the edge of your skin, trying to take away the layers and press upon your blood and your vessels. That's the devil. But he is a liar. So you have to ignore him. And you have to keep believing, you have to keep pushing, and you have to keep knowing that you can and you will. And that's how you get through every day, and that's how you get through every moment. Knowing that you can. Next part of our conversation, authenticity. Isn't that rare? Like, I often wish that people were more authentic. But they're not. I often wish that people were like a rare piece of a diamond. Like everybody just didn't look the same. But they're not. And I can definitely tell you that I know somebody that's extremely authentic. My husband, Skip. He is extremely authentic. He might say the same thing about me. He might be like, yes, Star is extremely authentic. I like to think I try to keep myself authentic because I don't want to be like everybody else. I don't want to be like just repeatedly like everyone else. That infuriates me, and I want to separate myself from the sheep mentality, right? I don't want to be a follower of anything because I'm a leader, so I can't be a follower. There's that. Authenticity should be a requirement in some situations, and it's not. But whenever I come across authenticity or realness or that kind of beauty, I really take a moment and I just ponder in it, and I just try to enjoy what I found and like have a good time liking it. Spending time with your family. You need to spend time with your family because you never know when's when, and you never know if you're going to have time to spend with them at a later date. Like, if you can go see your nephew or your niece, go spend time with them. If you can hang out with your mom on a weekend, spend that time with her. If you could have dinner with your brother, go have dinner with your brother. Whatever the situation may be, spend that time with your family members because no day is promised. And I know we all have busy lives and it feels impossible, but you need to have family time because at the end of the day, family is everything. Is shopping fun? No, shopping sucks. Now I don't know what to do. I have to boycott shopping at Target, so I have to revert to buying the majority of the things I need for my house at the damn grocery store because I can't shop in Target anymore because I'm on a serious boycott, and I mean it. Like, I'm not about the shit that they were doing. And when I say I'm boycotting something, I'm true to my word. I'm seriously boycotting them. So I'm not going back in there. I'm not going online. I deleted them from my email. I'm seriously making some changes. And I don't know what else I'm going to add into it. Currently, I added Chick-fil-A too, boycotting them for the foreseeable future. And I'm mad because I like the chicken, but I'll miss it because I'm not eating it. Shopping isn't fun anymore, right? The quality of the clothes suck and the prices are ridiculous. Like, I'll be in Savers and Goodwill or even the thrift store finding some treasures because I'm not overspending all this money on clothes that aren't worth the value. Like, they're not that great. And granted, I kind of want to do like Zulily, but that takes forever to get here. So, like, I'm really going to have to ponder on how I'm going to shop from now on. Sticking to your word. If you don't stick to your word, then you don't have anything to stick with, right? You're just making shit up and you're just saying things and it doesn't matter. I really don't see the point in that. And I've made that mistake of being that chatty Cathy and I'm really backing away from that, right? I really don't want to be that person. I really don't want to always have to be that person. And so I'm not going to be. I think that my word is everything. So if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Like the boycotting thing, I'm taking that very seriously. Going woke is whack. Going woke is whack because you're not thinking about your long-term goals. You're thinking about something temporary, trying to hype up and make somebody happy temporarily, but you're not thinking about your long-term goals with whatever you're doing. What Bud Light and Target are doing is really limiting themselves, right? I know they want to act like they don't care about conservatives or Christians, and even Chick-fil-A, right? And I know people want to act like, oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, we can't boycott everything. Right. But still, this would be a great example of going woke is whack. Because if you continue to fight for the minority voice and you're a company and you're ignoring the most of your consumer, you're not going to have a consumer, and then you're not going to have a company. That's how that works. If you keep pissing off the person that's buying the product, they're not going to buy your product, and they're going to go find another product. And as much as I like Chick-fil-A, I could probably make the chicken the same way, or just go to Halls or find another alternative to Chick-fil-A, which is what I'm doing. And as much as I love Target and Market Pantry and everything that came with that affiliation to Target, I'll bet you I'll find another place that has similar things that's not Target. Yep, I bet you I will. That is sticking to your. And I don't feel any sort of sympathy to these companies and corporations doing their stupid crap. They deserve everything that they're going to get. They're losing billions of dollars. For what? A month of rainbow colors? Is it really worth this? Are you that stupid? When people think they are so important, let them think that all by themselves and just like look at them like they're crazy, because they kind of are. We're all in the gray together, and once anybody wants to pop up and be like, I'm pink, then clearly they don't understand what's happening, and they're clearly incompetent. I'm just going to say that. Moving into watching things with Star Wars Talk, Great American Family, that's another alternative to the Hallmark Channel. If you don't like what they do and what having these weird like gay relationships and like the propagandized bullshit, and they're trying to like indoctrinate you. That's supposed to be a Christian channel. Like, what am I seeing here? I don't know. Me and Skip watched it and we sort of liked it. Will Batman return? I'm hoping it's with, Edward from Twilight. And I know the dude's mad because he doesn't want me to call him his name from Twilight, and he wants to totally differentiate himself from that movie, and he just wants to be who he is. But I'm still going to refer to him as Edward from Twilight because that's what I mostly know him from. I'm not saying he hasn't been in other things. He has. But his most epic role was that. So, do I hope he's going to do another Batman too? For sure I do. Is it going to happen? I don't know when. When did the last one come out? Like, was it 2021? Or I think they made it in 2019. It came out in 2021 because of COVID. Hopefully they come out with that soon. I mean, they could probably do a whole nother 5 series of Batman with him alone. He is a really good Batman. And I like that his character in Batman was a dark Batman, because I really do feel like the dark Batman aligns more with the comic book than the idea that Batman's happy and fun. Because, like, his story is not that bright. He is trying to save people in Gotham City. And we talked about Gotham City yesterday as the main part of the conversation. So I am totally in on Detective Comics, Gotham City, and all the light that goes behind the comics for that. And you know that Harley Quinn is my hero. And you know that I am serious about my love and my addiction to all of it. But I'm excited about Batman, and I want to see what they do next with it. Let's hope and let's find out. Too Hot to Handle Germany. That's on Netflix. Looks like something I might watch. I started watching this new show on Netflix about, it's called Perfect Match. We'll see how it goes. So far, it's okay. It's like a show that's got a correlation of all these people from all these dating shows, and they're trying to see who would best match from the other dating shows. And if you don't get matched, you get taken off the show. So far, it's pretty good. 2 people got eliminated because they were stupid and they weren't paying attention. So far, I'm liking it. We'll see what happens. The Hills looks like something maybe I'd like. Bodyguard, Designated Survivor, Platonic, High Desert. Switching to Apple TV. I'm really considering switching from Firebox TV or whatever the fuck it's called to Apple TV. We'll see what happens. I'm going to run it through my husband and see what he likes. I always have to get Skip's opinion because he definitely likes technology, but I love it way more than he does, and I'm into it way more than he is. I just want a device that's going to work to the best of its ability, and we'll see what happens. Let's get into food from watching things. Ham salad. And I know you're thinking, what? Okay, so you take like deli ham or like a nice chunk of ham. You carve it up, you chop it up into little itty bitty pieces. Then you take celery. Then you take mayo. Then you take carrots. You chop the carrots up. You sort of shred the carrots, but finally chop them. Then you put that in a blender, mix it together. Then you just made yourself ham salad. You can have that with crackers. You can have that with any sort of like wrap. You can really have that with naan. You can make that a dip, or you can make that like an entire meal. Whatever way you want to make it, just make sure you make it good. Hot Italian cheesesteak sliders. I know you're like, what? Yes, okay, so you get the Hawaiian rolls, cut them in half. Then you get the cheesesteak, you get the steak, you get the cheese, you get the onions, you get the peppers. You get some sort of, cheesy sauce going. You mix everything together. Obviously, you add in hot sauce and some adobo. And you make sure you got all the flavors. And you layer the Philly cheesesteak on top of the buns. Then you drizzle the sauce in between all the little nooks and crannies. Put that in the oven. Let that simmer and cook for about 25 minutes. Take that out. Boom. You've got yourself a weekend meal or a weekend little snack attack. And you've got something that'll go good paired with some cornhole, some Yahtzee in the backyard, some catch, whatever it might be. You got yourself a weekend snack, and you can eat that inside, outside, wherever you want it to be. But it's fun, it's simple, and it doesn't take a long time. I just gave you that entire recipe, and did that take a long time? No, it didn't. Chang lettuce wrap. I don't really talk about lettuce wrap, but basically the idea of a lettuce wrap is you can put whatever you want inside of it and eat it as a wrap with lettuce. Obviously, I would do like shrimp, maybe peppers, onions, a nice spicy sauce with some lettuce. Bomb, let's go. That sounds good to me. Cowboy caviar. I saw one of the chicks I follow on Instagram do it. I mean, not Instagram, on Pinterest do it. And she really did an amazing job with that cowboy caviar. I haven't tried it yet, but that's definitely on the list. Korean seafood salad. My Korean chef that I follow on Pinterest made the Korean seafood salad. And I don't know, man. First, he started off with the seaweed. He made sure he drained it and it was done the correct way. Then he did all the toppings, and it did look really good. And it's definitely something that I definitely need to try. How much water do you need to be drinking? 64 ounces or more. I'm doing 80 right now. That's more than enough for me. But honestly, you get to decide how much you want to drink. The doctor as a nutritionist told me 64 ounces, so I'm sticking with that. Eating no carbs. It's not that you want to eat no carbs, it's that you want to cut carbs. You have to limit that, and you have to eat serving sizes, and you have to monitor what you're congesting. And you want to make sure you're not completely trying to starve yourself, because starving yourself is going to help you lose weight. That's not how your body works. I hope that you have an amazing weekend. I hope that you know that you are a star wherever you are. I want to thank you for tuning into this Friday edition of Born to Be a Star, and have an amazing weekend. Don't forget that you are the light in the darkness, and don't forget that the devil is a liar. If something's telling you not to do something, or you're losing your faith in yourself, or you're losing your ability to see your greatness, then you need to get away from that and look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, yes, I can. If you're the light, the darkness is probably trying to chase you away, right? You have to be confident. You have to be strong, and you have to persevere for success. I believe in your light. I believe in you, and I know that you are a star above anything. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and don't forget that in the darkness, you are the light. I will see you on Monday. Have an amazing weekend, and don't forget that you are a star no matter where you are. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye.